Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to CEVO, Season number 6. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by no one this evening for Truesight TV, bringing you guys Boreal up against us. That's right, it's the CEVO Bowl, maybe not the Super Bowl, but it is going to be a super good game, if I can use that phrase and not sound like I'm 10 years old. Anyways, of course, we're very happy to have you guys tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your busy evening to take a quick look at this game. We really appreciate it. Anyways, if you're new to Truesight TV, welcome to the channel. Really appreciate you coming. Don't forget to hit the follow button if you enjoy the casting going on here. Usually it is not solo casting, but seeing as everybody else was either asleep, busy on another cast, or out for the Super Bowl with the night off, I'm here by myself, so hey, no problem with that, of course. Juggernaut and Dazzle, your first two pickups. Boreal banning out the Troll Warlord and the Brewmaster. Venge and Axe being banned by Dust Gaming. These are kind of your top 4 picks right now. Juggernaut sneaking his way up there as well, but he's such a strong hero, you almost want to keep him for yourself. And Boreal going to be a little bit selfish knowing they have first pick and leave him in the pool. Dust Gaming ban out the Axe because they're going to pick up Dazzle. They're also going to pick up Lion, who can be relatively vulnerable to Axe with his low armor and low HP pool in general. He's very squishy and can easily be taken down. Of course, while we wait here, if you're interested in finding out more about Truesight TV, the best way to do so is to follow this channel. If you want to go above and beyond that, there is, of course, Twitter at Truesight TV and Facebook, facebook.com/Truesight TV. It's really hard to get to, I know. If you want to go above and beyond that, there's a donation link in the description below. There is also a opportunity. You can email us if you've got talents, if you have design talents, if you have video production talents, if you've got tournaments that need casters, hit us up. We are very interested in casting for you guys and getting our name out there even more. Earthshake will be the second pickup for Boreal Esports, one of their more common picks, I believe. Something we've seen them do very well with indeed. So it'll actually be a Medusa ban out from Boreal against us. Probably taking a look at Wheel up against Void Boys earlier today. Anyway, sorry if there's lulls in my talking. I don't have anyone to bounce ideas off of, which isn't the best, but hey, I'll make do with what I've got here. Anyways, we are in, I want to say, week 7 or 8 of CEVO. I actually want to pull up the schedule now. This is week 7. So, we only have 2 more weeks of CEVO group stage, and then we'll move into the playoffs, I believe, pretty soon after that. So make sure you stay tuned this week. The standings are beginning to kind of finalize themselves, but keep in mind things can still shift around. Your favorite team could not make it to that top spot they want to. I'm not exactly sure how the format of the playoffs works, seeing as I kind of gotten here halfway through, but we're looking forward to it. Indeed. And a special shout out to CEVO, their casters, Helium, Chicago Ted, Toffees, for helping us get off our feet and giving us the opportunity to cast as well. We really appreciate that, and it means a ton to us. Also, the teams for being, for the most part, on time, ready to go, and excited to play, and providing us some interesting entertainment. Do see a Storm ban out from them as well. A little interesting, but I'm assuming since Lion has been taken out of the pool, they're lacking instant disable. And Storm does pretty well against Earthshaker, simply because he's going to be able to dodge his stuns most of the time. If he's quick enough on the trigger finger with that ultimate, he'll be able to zip around and dodge most of the things the Earthshaker throws out. With Earthshaker's slow cast point, it can be a very tricky thing. But Witch Doctor and Ancient Apparition banned out, as well as the Axe ban, means Dust Gaming can get an easy Lycan pick right now and have him well protected in the lane. Dazzle Lycan is a very strong combo, seeing as when the wolves get healed, they'll do damage back at the enemy, so getting a nice surround with those. And you don't have the counter of Axe in the pool. You don't have Witch Doctor to bounce back and forth between the wolves and you and stun you up for years on end. So a Lion Dazzle combo to protect the Lycan in lane, unless they want to run it in the mid lane. I'll admit Dust is not exactly a team I'm very familiar with, so interested to see what they have to bring to the table. Boreal, though, picking up the Jakiro. And I'm going to try to pull up from Reddit the January tier list, since it is February the 1st, 2015. Where is it? Where is it?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
I'm not actually seeing it at this point. New, maybe? Sorry about this.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
January. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Just trying to pull up a quick resource for us here. Jakiro has been picked up. He's actually not doing too bad, actually. He's fallen down 2 tiers since the previous patch, but sitting at 88 picks and bans, a whopping 13% of games, actually. Just under Omni Knight, just above Centaur, so oh how the mighty have fallen, yada yada yada, you get the picture. A 48% win rate, though, is nothing to shake your head at. Of course, Shadow Shaman. Now, excuse me on that. Nobody heard that? Shadow Shaman. I'm not even seeing him out right off the bat here. Should be somewhere relatively toward the bottom.
10 seconds remaining.
There we go. 21 picks and bans. 3% of games. Actually up a tier from the previous month, though. Surprisingly enough. A little bit more of a push-focused metagame.
Reserve time.
So we've seen that. It definitely looks like a push strat coming out from Boreal, though. Juggernaut's Healing Ward, Jakiro's Liquid Fire, Shadow Shaman's Mass Serpent Wards. It's almost classic, and a nice way to combat Lycan as well. So will be interesting to have that amount of counter push. Shadow Shaman, though, a hero who is pretty vulnerable to Lion, and you can't say the same about Lion. Now, Dust Gaming will ban out the Sniper, a hero who is rising in popularity, and I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think it would be picked up here. Generally, you see a Sniper pick up alongside Axe or Centaur, or someone who can really just stand in the front and tank everything. Every single right click there ever was. We actually have seen Sniper picked up in 6.5% of games with a 56% win rate. So, despite my views, he's actually decent. I still think he's a very situational pickup, and I don't believe he should be banned right here. But of course, I'm not one of the pros. I'm just a mediocre caster, or a great caster, depending on which way you look at it. By the way, guys, just making sure I'm coming through. You guys are alive in chat, correct? Please let me know. Would like to know about that as soon as possible. Invoker going to be the final pickup for Dust Gaming, though. Looks like a bristleback offlane. A hero can do very well against Juggernaut, seeing as his physical damage will go straight through. But Boreal with the Shadow Fiend, one of the classic mid matchups, Shadow Fiend Invoker, and his Tiburon Shadow Fiend. And if you've not seen this guy play Shadow Fiend, he plays for Void Boys on a pretty regular basis. If I'm not mistaken. Or at least he did in the past. Now, I'm not 100% sure. Didn't get to watch much of the game. Had to catch up on some homework, etc. But this is going to be a treat for all you Shadow Fiend fans out there. He's a hero who's rising in popularity very quickly. And honestly, one that a bunch of people are saying, oh, he's boring to watch. And I'm going to get up on my soapbox for a moment here. Since when is a hero who has skill shot nukes, incredibly powerful right clicks, and a huge AoE ultimate boring to watch? I mean, since when? Anyways, we're going to get things started here with Boreal up against Dust. It's going to be 747 on that Juggernaut. Let me go ahead and flip the overlay to the correct overlay. That's not the correct overlay. You didn't see anything. Anyways, as I was saying, 747 will be on your Juggernaut. We've got Dewey, 725 on the Shadow Shaman standing in this evening. Zwan, who stood in for them very recently, will be on the Earthshaker. In the mid lane, it'll be stand-in Tiburon on the Shadow Fiend, swagging it up down the mid lane. KVH will be playing off lane this evening on the Jakiro. On the other side of the river, it's Dust Gaming. Bean will be on the Bristleback. I hear he's been doing a good job on the off lane. Actually, I haven't heard a thing. Just had to make the pun. Jimmy with the shot will be standing in the mid lane on Invoker. We've got Cheesehead on the Lion. Ready to fly there, I guess. Headed off toward the bot lane to support in planer on the Lycan. And last but not least, it's Katsu, the team's captain, sporting a Nuxie's Desolator set, which eventually we do plan to do a giveaway of on the stream here. We're working on getting a bot set up so you guys can bet on the games before they start, and with wards, because Truesight wards, you get it. And then use those to enter giveaways and other things like song requests, possibly things like ask casters a question, etc. So, really excited about that coming up. Of course, this is Truesight TV, and I'm SP Revolution 5, your host for the evening. Very happy to have you guys here once again. Let's take a look at our mid lane matchup. Probably the most interesting matchup on the map right now. And it looks like Tiburon actually is a little afraid in this lane. He just picked up some extra tangos on the Drodo, or, excuse me, Oski, the Octagon. Invoker sitting on a Rune of Basilius, and I'm assuming either an early bottle or some boots out here. It'll be boots to dodge those Shadow Fiend raises and to stay in the correct position in this lane. Going for an early Quas Exhort, not definitely committing to that just yet. Do see Cheesehead getting harassed out by Jakiro here on the bottom lane. Bristleback, though, going to actually draw first blood on the top lane. He salves up, actually gets hit by a creep there, unfortunately. Doesn't have enough for another Quill Spray. I'm not 100% sure Susie has realized this yet. He's trying to evade him, and Bean will just be waiting here for a moment. Regening up. They know he's in the shop, though, and they'll turn around on him right now. Throwing out a Quill Spray at the moment. Bean in a bit of trouble. Now, if he, excuse me, is hexed, he won't get that Bristleback passive. Jakiro going to be forced to buy a TP out on the bot lane as he falls down, and Dust starting off strong. Join Dota odds had this match at about 95% in favor of Boreal, 5% in favor of Dust. Of course, we haven't seen much of Dust recently, so don't really know what to make of them. At least not in my opinion. Maybe on the CEVO main stream you've seen that, but I certainly haven't. Shadow Fiend just now getting his bottle out. Just under the 2-minute mark. Not bad at all. He'll go ahead and Bottle Crow, and I'm assuming he'll have one of his allies upgrade the Courier if possible. Being pretty conservative with his region, but also sitting at the cap of souls right now. 22 is a magic number for him. And actually, Lycan How coming out. A raise came out of the mid lane, and this can be one of the downsides to Invoker up against Shadow Fiend. You summon a Forge Spirit, Shadow Fiend is like, oh look, another soul to steal. And there's a pull-through going on in the bot lane. They're trying to interrupt it. Actually, Earthshaker rotating himself down here. Excuse me. And Lycan getting ready. Trying to come in here. KVH getting harassed out just a little bit. Meanwhile, there is a smoke up for Lion, so possibly looking to go try and gank this Shadow Fiend. This is another thing that's been said. There's an article earlier today on 2p.com, a great news site for all kinds of esports stuff, but talking about the rise of Shadow Fiend in competitive play and the fact that supports are becoming very passive. You're not seeing Morales Shadow Demon combos anymore. You're seeing Lion, who Yes, he does have some presence in terms of rune control, but he's not really the strongest ganker. Neither is Dazzle, which is kind of why I'm a bit surprised they're going to try to gank Shadow Fiend here. But if you want to shut down Shadow Fiend in a pub, you gank his lane. And speaking of ganks, we're going to have them moving in right now. Hex to start things off. Cold Snap as well. A heal out from Dazzle. T-Barone might get saved here by the Earthshaker, who comes in. He's actually isolated Katsu here. Doesn't have a crit available, though, despite the fact that he would have mana for it. And he's not going to be able to find a kill here, I believe. He might be able to chase Dazzle down long enough. 20 mana to go on that fissure. He's not going to complete the chase here. At least a 1-for-1 trade, though, as Earthshaker manages to kill Lions. So I somehow missed that he killed him there. I'm assuming it was tower hits in the end. Earthshaker just sapping up a few levels in this mid lane. Not a bad thing for him to do, but T-Barone not feeling too great about himself right now, you gotta admit. Sitting about 50 gold from a magic wand, a very nice item for Shadow Fiend to have, especially against a caster, and who better as a caster than Invoker himself. He who holds that many spells will be giving you tons of magic wand charges as well, so. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Lycan facing off with Shakiro a bit. 1,400 gold up on him. I'm assuming we're going to see some sort of Midas rush out of this Lycan, which isn't a bad idea per se, but can definitely come back and bite him in the butt. Beam does manage to get a Quill Spray off here. A Raise to connect. A Hex as well. He can't find his way out. He'll get shackled up and taken down. Shadow Fiend back at his cap almost with 4 to go, but close enough anyway. As he did manage to get that kill. He won't get the rune though. Dazzle finding himself a bounty rune and a haste rune spotted out on the bot lane as well. Which it looks like Lion is going to be securing that one very quickly here. Shadow Fiend going ahead and bottle crowing, anticipating it, and also picking up that magic wand I was just talking about. 34 last hits up on the Juggernaut lane. I haven't talked about much indeed, as he's actually beginning to dominate this lane. Despite Bristleback securing the first blood, there'll be a TP back in from the Bristleback, but Juggernaut with his move seed should be able to get away from that. Not to mention he's got a 10 charge magic stick at the moment. And should be able to get out. Anyway, KVH not having as great an escape down here on the bot lane as she said, with the haste rune harassing him out. The buff to Lion's damage coming out quite a bit here. Invoker going ahead and picking up a 7-minute Midas. Pretty early indeed, but he did manage to get a kill on T-Barone, keep in mind. T-Barone finding his revenge kill, but also with that one death, slowing down his farm a little bit. And I'm assuming there's not anything else coming on the courier right now. Invoker will show off that he's got that Midas, not even using it on a jungle creep just yet. And Shadow Fiend sitting on part of his power treads too. Looks like the courier headed off to Shadow Shaman with some wards. Meanwhile, Dust grouping up in the jungle. There will be a Hand of Midas recipe coming up on the Lycan. The greed from Dust Gaming coming out in full right now is actually Bristleback. Falls on the top lane. They're not having the greatest of early game, but they're doing okay. And they're going for double Midas. Not your most reliable opening here from them, but you of course never know. Juggernaut sitting on phase boots, could be going for Mask of Madness next. That's probably what we'll see, either Mask of Madness or Yasha, and it looks like it will be the Mask of Madness, which is mad. She said, though, isolated on the bottom lane once again, Lycan in the jungle, getting his farm on, but Jakiro able to find a kill down here for himself in the off lane. Actually throws out the macro power to clean the creep wave up quickly, and a big creep wave to help him push this tower as well. We'll see him able to take that out quickly. And, of course, we'll move on to something else as well. Shadow Fiend sitting on treads in a bottle. Not quite the start he would have hoped for, but keeping up with the Invoker. Sitting above him on last hits, behind him by about 400 in terms of net worth. And only barely in terms of last hits as well. And the Dire Tower going down bot lane. We do see in planar scouting out the Earthshaker. They're going to try to jump on Cheesehead here, who seems to have wandered into the wrong neighborhood, but Lycan coming in, he'll howl actually. Cheesehead with the Earthspike as well. Earthshaker, he's blocked himself in here, but speaking of blocks, Cheesehead getting blocked by the Wolves. He's going down once again. It's ownage for Boreal, where it was 3-0. It's now 6-3, or 3-6, excuse me, as Boreal get their 6th kill in the row with the Shadow Fiend finishing off the Lycan. There's a lot of summonable units here, making Shadow Fiend a very strong pick, and it will be the mech coming up for him. About 1,100 gold to go on that. Very interesting indeed. And they're going to be farming up a stack from the Radiant side at the moment. Meanwhile, up top, Bristleback pushing up the lane a bit and picking up his power treads as well. Juggernaut with that Mask of Madness ready to go as soon as the courier can ferry it out here to him. Mask of Madness Juggernaut being very, very strong indeed. Earthshaker with Mana Boots this early in the game, not going for a very aggressive build, and again, that's what I'm talking about. The metagame is shifting toward passive supports once again. Okay, good to know chat works. Those of you watching on Dota, on Join Dota, we'd really appreciate if you come on over to the channel, check us out, maybe hit the follow button if you don't mind. Tell us what you think in the chat. We're a brand new casting studio, looking for feedback, ready to get onto the scene, and we need the community behind us to do that. So we'd really appreciate that, because I'm assuming that's why no one is really talking in chat, and there seem to be a lot of lurkers. Anyways, top tower going down. And Jimmy with the shot, farming up these Serpent wards as well. So a tower for a few wards here. Blink Dagger up on Invoker though is being TP's into the middle lane. We have Lion coming in behind him. Shadow Fiend throws out a raise. He's got a Requiem. Doesn't need to use it right now. They find the kill with KVH's Macropyre, excuse me. That big flame thing. 3-7 now, and Boreal had a rocky start, but definitely managing to pull their lead back into the mid game here as we enter into that phase of the game right now. It's going to be a Blink Dagger in full. Yep, for Invoker. I forgot about that. Sorry, I've already had my evening cocktail this evening, so maybe not in the sanest of moods. Shadow Fiend with the mech ready to go, actually.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And actually, there's the Cold Snap out on Jakiro. 2 TPs coming in. He's trying to get that Ice Path off, but of course, Cold Snap being a very good ability up against Jakiro. Invoker, nice juke on the Fissure there. May not be able to outrun the Earthshaker. He'll be able to outblink him, though, seeing as he has picked up that Blink Dagger, and Earthshaker has yet to do so. Tiburon with the mech up, looking for some sort of teamfight item now. Mask of Madness, though, up on the Juggernaut. They'll be able to take Roche with this and the Serpent Wards very easily, not to mention they have a Serpent, or a Healing Ward as well. 5 points in stats with the 1-1-1-1 build from the Jug, and he'll be picking himself up an Aegis very shortly. Only 450 to go on his Yasha as well, so excellent farm coming out for him. It'll be very nice to get that started. I'm really interested to see what Shadow Fiend's going for. BKB seems the most logical, but Blink Dagger is obviously a possibility. Something a little more aggressive, even like Butterfly, could be possible. However, I honestly think the Blink Dagger is probably best at this point. Juggernaut headed toward the middle lane with the Aegis in hand, in pocket. Has enough of that Yasha now. And we'll be bringing it out to himself right now. Probably looking for a pick-off on this enemy team, seeing as he can dive in deep while he has the Aegis up. Maybe he is just going to back off, though. I guess so. Just sits down the shield, picks up the Yasha, and goes to town on the Ancients right now. Back to the mid lane, though, where we have our action unfolding, or ready to unfold. Invoker just hiding behind the tower. Tiburon can't quite get a good right click off here. He will be pushing the tower a bit. With all this reinforcement, I'm not sure neither team really wants to engage on the other. They also have a very strong team fight. The problem is, though, the fear of the other's team fight is almost stronger than your own team fight at this point. Howl will come out for the Lycan. If they're going to make a move, they need to make a move now. Dust being pretty passive. And I think as this Howl wears off, Tiburon and friends here from Boreal could look to just take the cake here. And Tiburon going to take down the tower. A Omni/Alp from Juggernaut did not do much. Being getting graved up here. One more crit will bring him down, though. Aegis still up on the Juggernaut. There'll be a Yule's up on Dazzle as well. Shackle coming through. One raise and a few right clicks to take him down. KVH walking away with the prize here as Dazzle does pick up his medallion at least, but 15 minutes in, Dazzle sitting on Brown Boots medallion is not really where you want to be. You want to at least have upgraded your boots or something here. Yeah, he doesn't even have a magic wand. Or stick, even. It's really not looking great. Their greed is coming back to bite them in the butt, as they've already lost 2 mid towers in a matter of seconds, which just shows how strong Boreal's push is. Sure, you've got a Lycan, and that's really cool, but Lycan only managed to take down 1 tower in the time you took down 2. Now, of course, he doesn't have his Vlads up yet. Hasn't been able to abuse Roche, and I'm not 100% sure he will be able to, simply because he is on the Radiant side. Meanwhile, Lycan picking up that Vlad's right now. And once again, a huge shout out to all the viewers out on Truesight TV. Bean and Katsu trying to help Jimmy with the shot to push down this tower down here. Of course, they don't have Serpent Wards to use. And meanwhile, Radiant's top tower gonna take a hit, a pretty big hit indeed, as it's gonna fall, and they show no signs of stopping. There'll be a TP back from some of the heroes on bot lane, as Earthshaker is there to defend. Wards dropped on the top tower. A Glyph is forced out, as well as a Mask of Madness from Jug coming out. Armor reduction will come out on these heroes, but with Jug's Aegis, I believe, still up here, they're not too scared. Mantis Style Recipe up on him as well. And a Blink Dagger up for the Shaker finally. Not that he might not even get the chance to use it. It's Boreal looking very strong here. Lycan going to try to turn around and come in from behind here. T-Baron, they get the Hex on him, and he'll be the fastest chicken in the West, running away from this Rax right here. Half a Rax down, though. And Shadow Fiend's illusion still being a little pesky here, to say the least. Zwan will find himself a deny on mid lane. As Bristleback picks up a mech for the team. It almost feels like too little too late here. Even as they're already down, Creep's still pushing into this top lane, and that's a ranged barracks that is not going to regenerate, folks. So there's no plastic surgery for your ranged racks. I'm sorry about that. They built them once, and they don't know how to put them back together. It's Humpty Dumpty syndrome, I guess. Again, sorry if I'm getting a little weird tonight. Had an evening cocktail. Enjoyed the Super Bowl with Dancing Sharks of Katy Perry, which was very interesting, to say the least. KBH getting harassed out top lane, looking for a Blink Dagger, I would assume. Actually, 747 coming in now. He has an ultimate available, and he might get to use it. If he can just get him away from this creep, and he will. He actually bounces to another hero, though. Lion in the midst, and in the crossfire. Collateral damage at this point. As Juggernaut, once again living up to his name, as we've seen him do time and time again in competitive Dota over the past couple weeks. Actually going with a very interesting build, maxing Healing Board even, over Blade Dance. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. And the team is more concerned with sustaining over a push in a long period of time than simply hitting hard early on. Because keep in mind, Blade Dance won't affect towers at all. Doesn't matter. They don't care, they don't crit. There's no critical point to hit a tower, although it makes a little more sense that a structure will be able to be hit critically rather than dazzle. Shadow Shaman with the Blink Dagger up as well. A very big core item is Shadow Shaman to help him, honestly, just rat. Because they can blink up to the racks, drop the wards, and just say, kill me now. Mission accomplished. It's not the greatest of pickups, but it can be okay. Juggernaut with a blink of his own, actually, coming out. Incredible farm on the Juggernaut, but not even as incredible as the Shadow Fiend, who's sitting on 2,600 right now. They'll take the bot tower and just say, guys, let's go home. Mission accomplished once again. Blink Gaming coming up. We take a look at our gold graph. We've got about 12,000 gold lead and 11,000 experience lead. Let me leave that up a second. Zooey ready to move in on the mid lane. All the outer towers gone for the Radiant team. And half a rack's down. It's going to be a rough game if they look to come back from this. But, of course, they can find the comeback Necro book being worked on by Invoker. I'm only assuming it's being worked on by Lycan, although I would like to see a BKB come out from him as well. Susie with the Blink Dagger. I'm not really sure what's next for him. Shadow Fiend sending Courier to Secret Shop. Probably a Butterfly. Maybe something like Satanic. Not really too sure. Yeah, it'll be the Butterfly. Or even, I mean, it could be E-Blade at this point. E-Blade and Eul's Scepter being very popular items these days on Shadow Fiend to set up the ulti. Lycan gonna go ahead and pop the ulti and run on in here. Gonna get hexed up, hit with the Ice Path. And Bean moving into the front lines. Dire's Courier goes down, nothing on it though. So just a minor inconvenience for the Dire team and a little bit of money for the Radiant. But the push seems to have pattered out. But Tower dropping low on health, only at under 25% now. Wolves being very cheeky and scouting out here. And Invoker picking up that level 3 Necro. This is where the game can definitely change for Dust. The Howl with the Necro book is very strong. I assume we're going to see Lycan pick up a Necro book as well. I mean, Feral Impulse is just too good. I do oftentimes wonder why we never see Lycan pick up Helm. Just because, well, like I said, Feral Impulse is just too good. Howl is too good. I mean, obviously, it doesn't really make much sense. But if you really want to rat hard, why not at that point? Bean gonna actually jump on the Juggernaut. And Juggernaut just spinning, winning away. He will manage to purge off that viscous nasal goo one time. And actually, Roshan being scouted by both teams here. Whether the Dire know it or not, this wolf has run away from home, ladies and gentlemen. Lycan has lost him. But for some reason, he's got up a spot of vision at the Roche pit. Nice, KVH going to throw down the ultimate there. It looks like Shadow Fiend actually threw off an ult on the back into the fight. Sorry for missing that. Juggernaut not going down just yet, but dropping fast. Echo Slam from the Earthshaker will hit on a lot of units. And KVH with the Ice Path in there as well. Raises from the Shadow Fiend. Can't quite kill off Bean. Needs a little more damage. There'll be a Liquid Fire to take him down there. Cheesehead getting hit twice on the high ground. Will get taken away. Same fake and to go over to KVH. But it's a 2-for-3 trade. T-Baron dominating and only being turned around on by the Dazzle and the Invoker. They'll take him down. Earthshaker with the kill. It's an all-out shakedown right now in the mid lane. Basher coming up for your Juggernaut and actually completed right now. And Shadow Fiend sitting only 150 gold from his Butterfly. Being going ahead and backing off. And we got 747 coming in here as well. And Bean getting hit pretty hard. Tiburon actually starting up the Requiem. He'll get it off on, I believe, all 5 there. Jimmy with the shotgun in the back lines. Didn't get hit by most of it. Tiburon getting hit by the Earth Spike as well. A little bit of mana drain coming out that will take away most of his raised mana, but he's still got a little bit left. Going ahead and right-clicking down, trying to find Katsu. Can't quite sniff him out in the trees there. As Lion and the... Wait, how? Where was Lion? I was trying to find Lion and Lycan. I don't know how Lycan was taking damage there. He has picked up his Necro 1 at least. But meanwhile, on the mid lane, there's 3 heroes standing, and they have to defend against a 4-hero push. There'll be a buyback out from Lion, and he'll TP in front of the base. Hex is up. Jakiro just in time. Juggernaut, though, with the blink in. 3 chops and a fissure, and Lion is on the deck. Down for the count. A very short count, that is, but not very much. Katsu. Crit down again. Shadow Fiend doing serious work as he's got a helm up now. You've got Necrobooks, well, I've got a hat. Necro Book vs. Hat, the movie, coming soon to a theater near you. And as they're taking these, I'm trying to take a quick look at our effigy sitting on the toilet. Wow. That's all I gotta say about that one. That's all I gotta say about that one is wow. And actually, they're gonna jump on Jimmy with the shot. Echo Slam coming out from your Earthshaker. Bean and In Planer getting hit hard as well. Bean getting wrecked, and Katsu with the GG call. Dust will tap out here at 26 minutes in. Had a very strong start, it seemed, but that very quickly fell off in favor of Boreal. Guys, I'm SP Revolution 5 at Truesight TV. It was a great game. We will have more CEVO coming at you tomorrow night. You should be in the hands of Arkea and Renessa, I believe. I will do my best to contact Renessa actually right now to mention casting to you, because I will be out of the office, of course, out of the studio. Of course, don't forget to follow us on Twitch at Truesight TV, on Twitter at Truesight TV, and on Facebook at, you guessed it, Truesight TV. You can look up Truesight TV on YouTube and get all of our VODs there. This one will be going up shortly, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscriber button, maybe the like button if you like to. Sharing helps a lot, commenting helps a lot. Anything you do, retweet, like, whatever. It gives us so much encouragement, and it helps our content get seen by even more viewers. Every little bit counts, guys, and we really appreciate it. So, congrats to Boreal tonight. Dust playing well, but not quite having it in him to take the game. And we'll see you guys next time. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm SP Revolution 5, and this is Truesight TV, signing off.